This is our rear-wheel drive EVO.
This car started life as a turbo front-wheel drive Mitsubishi Lancer that was stolen, and the thieves exploded the motor in spectacular fashion. So of course, we decided to rear-wheel drive swap it. We pulled out the front-wheel drive stuff, welded in some custom frame rails, painted the engine bay, and dropped in a Nissan Silvia CA18 turbo engine. Then we threw on an EVO body kit, slapped it with some paint, and this thing turned out better than we could have imagined. The question is, can it be competitive in a drift competition?
This week, I decided we're going to enter this thing in a competition and see how it stacks up against some real competition drift cars. The biggest struggle with this car has been getting the front end to feel natural in terms of drift. Because this was originally a front wheel drive car, it's been quite difficult to get the geometry right. Today we have all brand new stuff in the front end, so right now we're about to take the car out, see how that feels, and fingers crossed we can get this thing around the track in one piece, and even better, fingers crossed this thing's actually competitive.
Today we're competing on the really exciting FD layout. It starts with a massive initiation up a bank onto a wall, carrying it nice and wide all the way down into the second outer zone on another wall. Then it's a big snappy flick onto the third outer zone, coming through a hairpin on the fourth outer zone and finishing strong on the wall right in front of the judge's tower. Alright, here we are heading out for our first laps in the rear wheel drive EVO, feeling out the new steering. How freaking good does that CA sound? Like immediately here when I came around the corner, I could feel the steering was 100% better. It was responding so much better to my inputs.
First lap, here we go, against my own car.
Yeah, I decided to chase Nathan, who is actually driving my E36 because I gave it to him to compete in for this round. I much prefer going out and chasing first, just so I can let Nathan set the speed in front of me and I can kind of see how the car feels behind him. And even here, like you can see, we're starting to get comfortable immediately to where we're getting close to him in the chase. Maybe a little too close for comfort given, you know, we don't really know how the car's going to react, but we finished strong here and immediately I know the car feels good.
Alright, that worked pretty well. A couple of scary moments there, but that's fine.
So now we go out and it's time to kind of start stretching the legs a little bit with the car, do some lead runs and really see what the car can do. As you can see, we're already having a blast. So here on entry, no massive initiation, just a nice calm kind of handbrake entry, but the car is just feeling pretty smooth, still a handful to drive compared to the E36. That was my wastegate falling off, the sound that you could just hear just then. The wastegate was still attached, the pipe just fell off. And here's me getting my wastegate back from the media guys on the way back. So thank you guys, appreciate you. Alright, this run we're going to give it a little bit more and see if we can throw the initiation up onto the wall. So it's a scando flick, and quickly I realised second gear was not going to be the answer, but we still kind of entered anyway. We ran out of legs trying to flick it up onto the wall, but finished the run strong nonetheless, nice and wide out to the wall. Nice flick, definitely getting comfortable in the car now, I'm feeling pretty good. Probably getting a little too close to the walls considering it's just practice, but good times. We decided to make a toe change here and just give the car a little more toe so it felt a little more aggressive on the initiation. Now we're going to see if we can get into third gear and really throw it up onto the wall, and as you can see immediately it works really well on the handbrake here, but I missed second gear and we plowed the tyres pretty hard. Wave to the judges, good times. Of course we've got to get out, put the tyres back like good Samaritans so that everyone else can keep running. Boom, throw them back, get back in the car, get straight back out there for a little more practice before qualifying. Another run, boom, trying to slap through those gears as quickly as possible to get up to speed, throw it in, so good. The car's steering pretty nicely, nice and wide here, and this is the line that we want to be on, nice and smooth, little understeer moment through there, couldn't see much through the smoke, but still nice and wide, out onto the wall, boom, through outer zone 3, 4 and 5, this is where you get to show off in front of the crowd, so good.
So we're headed out for qualifying. Here they do a one-shot qualifying. That basically means you only get one go at qualifying, so all of the pressure is on for this single run. We've only had 2 runs where we got into third gear, so rear-wheel drive EVO, definitely a success.
Alright, we're heading out for qualifying, and here we do some skids to warm up the tyres, but for me it's more about shaking off the nerves in this situation than warming up the tyres. I know the car's probably going to perform as I need it to. You know what, I'm going to let you guys sit back and enjoy this qualifying run with no commentary, just the pure raw sounds of the CA18 motor.
qualifying 4th. Hey! Honestly, I was aiming for like the top half of the grid would have been success, so 4th is pretty good. So now we're straight into battles. I'm already just happy with the day. This thing is so fun to drive. But let's go out and put on a show for the crowd and have some fun in our rear-wheel drive Evo. Here we go. All right.
So we're leading first because we qualified higher, which is cool. So we exit the speed gate and we slap through the gears as quick as we possibly can, get into third, throw it up onto the wall. Nice initiation, and as you can see, we have created quite a big gap immediately. A bit of an understeer moment there, and once again, just a little one there, but we kept the car at angle and kept drifting pretty smoothly. I think it looked pretty good from the outside. It's a little more hectic from the inside. Coming around, finishing strong, and he did manage to close the gap a little bit. He actually drove really well in the chase, cut a line a little bit, but he got on my door. So now I know in the chase, because I made a couple of wee errors, I probably need to do a really good chase. So here we are, trying to assess exactly when he's going to kind of punch it. Maybe we missed that a little bit. We're a bit shallow here, and actually he's doing a really good job in the lead. He's going nice and wide onto the wall. We're trying to chase as hard as we can. Nice chase, nice transition behind him, and then unfortunately he hits the tires there, and that pushes him back into the Evo.
Well, that got a little bit hairy, but man, that was also super fun. This car is very challenging to drive. So here's the damage on the Evo. Luckily, these doors literally cost $50 each, and they are in abundance at the wreckers because it's just a Lancer at the end of the day. So stuff like this absolutely doesn't worry me. And actually the driver's door, the window doesn't go down. So I'm kind of stoked that we get to replace that, because now I have a door that has a window that actually works, which is pretty sick. This thing did so good today, but we just figured out, for some reason, this brand new wheel bearing that we replaced, I did that throughout the week when we were doing prep on the car, is absolutely cactus. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's come from some contact, because I have some contact marks on the wheels. So E36 time. Unfortunately, Nathan got knocked out in his top 32 battle. He did a very good job. He just left a little bit too much gap on the lead. So E36 is all ours, and as you can see, it has rained since I last filmed, so I'm kind of stoked to be driving the E36 because the Evo is pretty, well, we don't know how it steers in the wet, and I don't really want to try it out with so many walls around on the track. So we're up for our next battle. It is pouring rain right now, so who knows what's going to happen, but we're in the E36 now. This thing's a bit more predictable, especially in the wet. I do not know how the Evo would have driven, but let's go out and have some fun in the E36. This is crazy. Like, this is actually torrential downpour.
So here we go for our top 16 battle in the lead in completely changed conditions. They did give us a sight lap before this, so we weren't going in blind as we smashed through the gears in the E36. Throw it in. This is our second lap of the day, throwing it in nice and high on the wall. This thing drives really nicely in the rain. It has a lot of lock, so we can kind of be really confident as we come down. This is a really slick part of the track, so we come off throttle, look back at the chase car to see where he is. I think he spun behind us actually. Chris is a really good driver in the R31, but these conditions, absolutely crazy. As you see there, we made a bit of a mistake and had a bit of an understeer moment. Someone dropped oil on the track at some point. So yeah, just constantly changing. So now in our chase run, we know that he spun behind us, but I still wanted to chase hard because I really like to put on a show for the crowd, and I just really enjoy chase driving as well. So we try and just dive nicely up on him. The car got loose immediately. He made a little bit of a mistake there in the lead, but he's doing a nice lead now, setting a nice wide line. Unfortunately, he made the mistake of carrying too much speed down there, which we've all done before, and he bonked the wall. We managed to keep angle and kind of stay behind him, but that will put him at quite a big deficit in the lead run there. Look again, that's so slick there, but we finished the run nice and strong on the wall, and that's all she wrote for that one.
We got the win! Let's go! So we're straight out for our next battle. We are versing a white S13. I don't know him, but we're just going to keep having fun and doing what we're doing. I'm just happy to be here, so... but it's really patchy now because the bank is dry, because all the water basically rushes down the bank, and then the rest of the layout is very wet. So this is going to be very interesting, but let's do this.
So now that it's drying up, we take the chance of doing a nice big skid to kind of feel the grip level in these tyres on the back of the car, because I hadn't even felt them in the dry yet because we jumped into the E36. But I did a little bit too big of a skid and kind of smoked myself out a bit. But here we go, in the lead, in the dry on the bank, smashing third gear. I love driving this car in the dry on this layout. You can flick it big, nice angle up high on the wall. I probably came a little short there, bit of handbrake, And then look at this, as soon as we hit down to the bottom, we go slow motion drifting in the wet and everything slows down. But we did a really nice line there, got nice and wide out in the zone, and then we carry it around nice and wide here. Didn't make the mistake we made last time. Look at this, nice and wide, finished strong. And I think he finished on our door behind us as well, which is pretty sick. So I don't actually know how he did behind us because I forgot to ask my spotters. So instead, we just know we're going to put it on his door as much as we can. So here we go, he's got a V8 S13. A lot of power in that thing, look at that, he initiates pretty nicely. We bobble, and we're right there. And then I can see again, he's carrying too much speed down the bank and makes the same mistake that the last car did, hits the wall. We try and get back into it, and I think he has another wee spin here. But basically that's all she wrote for that, and we progress on to the top 4. Yes, top 4, here we go.
And now we're heading out for our top 4 battle. This is crazy. We're against Kale Scott from South Australia.
Alright, this is about to get pretty crazy. Kale is such a good driver. I know he's a good driver, and I know I have to push super hard behind him. So I'm trying to judge here kind of when he's going to take off. And here, I think we made a pretty good go of the entry. Got right on his door pretty quickly. He's nice and wide there. And then he misses out of zone 2 here by quite a bit. I think the grip level of the, down the bank really caught him out. And he missed out of zone 3 here as well. And he finishes nice and strong at the end here. And we're pretty well on his door the whole way. Definitely happy with that. So now in our lead, I know that I just have to put on a really good lead. And I should hopefully take the win in this battle. So smash third gear, flick it nice and high, up on the bank. Look at that. Beautiful. And we get on angle, nice and wide through here, and then look at this same mistake Kale made here. It caught me out big time, and I kind of made a bit of a straight in there as well, kind of the same as what Kale did. And then we come up out through the outer zone, and then boom, we bonk the wall as well, which basically put us at a deficit then, and they called it one more time. So now we're back out for our one more time battle, and again we are in the chase. First, Kale trying to figure out when he's going to fire off again. Here we go, and try and dive in again on the chase. Not too bad of a go. We didn't get as close as we did last time. Kale was super fast in the second time out, and again he missed the outer zone 2 there, which I think the judges were very critical on, and missed outer zone 3 there again, but he finished nice and strong on the wall once again. So me knowing that he missed outer zone 2, once again I kind of knew that we had to kind of put on a good lead, and we should hopefully take the win in this one. So nice big initiation here, high up on the wall. Look at this, nice and wide on angle. Yep, super happy with that. Look at that, nice and wide into outer zone 3, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Outer zone 4, 5, and look at this, 6 finishing on the wall. And we did bonk the wall here, but not enough to lose angle, and we actually ended up taking the win here, which I was stoked with. It's one of those ones where it could have gone either way and you'd be fine with it. So yeah, we're lucky to take that one. Shout out to Kale, awesome battles, and we are through to the finals. That was awesome fun, so shout out Kale, thank you for the battle. He's still got 3rd and 4th as well to go. But now we are up against none other than Cam Martin, which is crazy. So alright, finals battle, here we go. And of course, our GoPro died as soon as we got to the start line. Luckily, my boy Tom Shepherd hooked me up with this footage, so thank you, Tom. Here we go, initiating behind Cam, and immediately we have a little bit of an understeer moment. My worst initiation of the day, but boom, here we come, down the bank, chasing him, and our car brakes. I was pretty gutted at this point as Cam absolutely hammers down and finishes the run super strong, but I was only gutted for a second because I realized we have a spare car sitting in the pits, and even though it has a shaky wheel bearing, I'm not going out like that. We're going to put on a show for the crowd, so we jumped in the rear-wheel drive Evo. Cam asked if we wanted a sight lap. We said absolutely not. We're going to send it as it is right now. So here we go. Cam, Mike, rear-wheel drive Evo in the lead, and we're just going to absolutely send it. So enjoy this run. And just like that, it's time to head out for the podium celebrations and best of all, the victory skids.
And the winner, first place, is Cameron. I mean, second place is going to be Mr. Mike Lake.
What I suck!
First time, Mike?
Yeah, I think so.
Go!
Yeah! Fuck you guys! Hey, Mike, what happened, bro? I don't know. Oh, that was a great idea! Yeah, boy! Come on, you got it! Go!
Of course, I had to let my boy Nathan do the victory skid because he helps me out so much. So enjoy 2 minutes of him smashing the limiter in the CA Evo.
So after all of that, we ended up with second place, baby. Look at that, big check on the windscreen of the Evo. And technically, we finished the competition in the Evo. It's really unfortunate that we twisted a tail shaft in the E36. Like, that is crazy, and it's so unfortunate.
A bit hard on the gear.
Yeah, that's my fault probably. But shout out to my dude Cam Martin for taking the win. Yeah, he's got me like 5-0 or 6-0 at the moment in terms of our battles. But jumping in the Evo and doing the last run, it was kind of fitting for this whole video.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of funny. I was really happy to finish off in that, and then Nathan did a friggin' 2-minute skid on limiter.
Showed Mike how to do a victory skid.
I gotta hand the reins over to Nathan because these guys helped me out so much, so I appreciate you. And I appreciate you, and it just proves, I guess, that the rear-wheel drive Evo somehow is competitive in competition, which is crazy.
Yeah. It's on the podium, it's competitive.
I did not expect this today. I'm so over the moon. Shout out to Jason as well for helping out. Jason's just doom scrolling on his phone. Doom scrolling. But thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this different video. And yeah, shout out to the Evo. I'll see you guys in the next video for more Lamborghini. Woo! Goodness. Also go subscribe to Nathan's channel because he needs
Yeah, I'm going to post something now.
Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time. Subscribe if you feel like it. Peace. Bye. Rear-wheel drive Evo that actually does things and is fun. So freaking good. Bye.